Before we jump into the latest Chiefs news and rumors, I am back. I was on paternity leave, but we are back and better than ever. So subscribe right now. This is the time to subscribe to the Chiefs Report, Chiefs news, rumors, free agency, draft coverage, a lot of draft stuff the next couple of weeks. So hit that subscribe button. We're going to have you guys covered. And the reason I was out, like I said, paternity leave, my wife and I, Hannah and myself, as I botched that, had our son PJ. There's the three of us in the hospital. We're all good to go. Had the first pediatric appointment today, checked all the boxes, so we're feeling good. We're happy. Appreciate all the love and support. And with that being said, let's jump into today's video. I'm Harrison Graham, and you are watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's show. Look, I know we've talked about DeAndre Hopkins a lot. Tyler Jones, who filled in on a couple of videos, talked about D-Hop on Sunday's show, but new angles continue to emerge. Does D-Hop want to be in Kansas City? It certainly appears that he does. He heavily hinted that he would like to be traded to the Chiefs. Now, he hopped on a podcast. What is it called here, Sam? All Things Covered. And basically, the guy who does this podcast asked him about 4 teams and said, don't verbally say yes or no, but give me kind of a emoji reaction, if you will. And the Chiefs were the 4th team he was asked about, and he kind of gave like a, yeah, interested. He didn't give a good reaction to the Patriots or the Jets. He also liked the idea of going to Buffalo, so Buffalo, KC. You kind of look at this list, right? And to me, it's like DeAndre Hopkins wants to play for a contender. I don't view New England as that. The Jets could be that with Aaron Rodgers if and when that trade goes through, but it's still the Jets. I mean, Kansas City is definitely a leg up, and so is Buffalo, but the Chiefs are a leg up from all of those teams, and I think DeAndre Hopkins is sitting here saying, look, I'm 31 years old. I played for a lot of bad teams, a couple of decent Texans teams, but it hasn't worked out in Arizona. He's made his money. Now he's got a chance to go get a ring, and I think he knows if he teams up with Patrick Mahomes, they can do some great things together in terms of production, but also winning, which is something that Nuke has not done a lot in his career. More to discuss here, but what do you guys think? Want you guys to weigh in on the show. Will the Chiefs trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Just predict it, yes or no. There's been a lot of chatter. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Will Kansas City trade for Hopkins? Give your votes down in the comments section. Okay, obviously we've talked quite a bit about his recent years as well. The last couple haven't gone quite to plan. Last year he had a suspension, missed a couple of other games, but still productive when out there, averaged well over 80 yards a catch, or right at 80 yards a catch in 9 games. The year before missed some time, but still productive when he was out there, had 8 touchdowns. 2020 he was fantastic with 1,400 yards and 6 scores. His time in Houston was actually really good as well, obviously. And again, I continue to say, you look at this wide receiver room, and I just think you can upgrade here. Obviously, you add Richie James into the fold. Justin Watson is back as well. But at the same time, you don't really have that proven number 1 guy. I think Kadarius Toney could be that, but a lot to prove there. Marcos Valdes-Scantling, he's a nice kind of knows his role receiver. He's not a number 1. Sky Moore, he's still got a lot to prove. Watson's a wide receiver 5 type. Richie James is a 3-4 type. The point is, I'm still in on trading for D-Hop, as long as the price isn't too steep in terms of draft capital. Now, part of the equation for Kansas City is probably, okay, do they want to absorb that big contract? Well, would Hopkins agree to a restructure? I think he would have to consider doing that if he wants to guarantee himself getting traded. Otherwise, he might have to settle for staying in Arizona, and we know Kyler Murray's going to miss a good chunk of this season, so that's not a team that wants to contend. If he wants to play for a contender and play deep into January and hopefully into February, he's going to have to agree to a restructure. It's just as simple as that. Will he do it? I don't know. I would like to think so, but you just never know what players are going to do if they value money the most or winning. Now, the Chiefs have plenty of draft capital to throw at Arizona. I think my recent trade idea was either throw 95 or 122 at Arizona, 3rd or 4th round pick. I don't think the Cardinals are going to get premium selections here. Maybe they will. I don't think they will, but I could be proven wrong. I think if you could get him straight up for 95 with the restructure, I would do it. Definitely would do it for 122. So certainly something that could happen between now and the NFL draft. I hope DeAndre Hopkins is a Chief. If you hope he is as well, let your voice be heard in the comment section below. Today's show is sponsored by Zbiotics, and let's face it, y'all, after you hit me with a bunch of super chats sometimes and we start drinking, throwing down some shots, things get a little hectic, and I don't bounce back well the next day, especially now I am approaching 30 years old, but I do now. That is thanks to Zbiotics. Zbiotics pre-alcoholic probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in your gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Zbiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut where you need it the most. Drink Zbiotics before drinking alcohol and drink responsibly, and make sure you get a good night's sleep to help feel your best tomorrow. Give Zbiotics a try for yourself. Go to zbiotics.com/chatsports and get 15% off your first order when you use code ChatSports at checkout. It's Zbiotics. This product is backed with 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they will return your money, no questions asked. Remember, zbiotics.com/chatsports, code ChatSports for 15% off. It comes in this simple vial. It's really just like a pocket shot. You take it night before drinking, have a fun night, and you're going to be good to go. You wake up, you're not going to have that hangover like you normally do. You're going to be feeling nice and refreshed. Zbiotics.com/chatsports, code ChatSports for 15% off. Thanks to Zbiotics for sponsoring today's show. All right, let's talk about the NFL news of the day, and that is Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, who gets a nice contract, 5 years, $255 million deal with almost $180 million guaranteed with the Philadelphia Eagles, and man, that's a large contract. Now, if you're Philly, you don't really have a choice because you just went to the Super Bowl with this guy, and his play was certainly a big reason why. But the reason I want to talk about it on the Chiefs Report is because Patrick Mahomes is now the 6th highest paid quarterback in terms of average money per year. Remember, I remember early, mid 2021 when the Chiefs started 3-4, a lot of the comments here on the channel and across social media were, oh yeah, that big contract screwed the Chiefs. Mahomes, he's overpaid. Yeah, I think we probably feel stupid for anyone saying that now. I mean, Hurts is making $51 a year. Aaron Rodgers, who's almost 40, is making $50. Russell Wilson makes more. He stinks. Kyler Murray is not close to Mahomes. Watson had 25 sexual assault accusations, and he's making more per year. The point is, in my opinion, and it's weird to say when the dude signed a $500 million contract, Patrick Mahomes has the most team-friendly contract in all of sports. For how good he is, I mean, this is the best player in the NFL, not just quarterback, best player, and the numbers prove that. We've never seen a quarterback start a career as good as he has in 80 career games, and these are just the raw numbers. That doesn't talk about the 2 MVPs, the 2 Super Bowls, the 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 5 straight conference championship appearances. I mean, it is unprecedented what this guy has done, and he's the 6th highest paid quarterback in average annual value. I mean, it's unreal. Great contract. And look, I'm sure Mahomes is plenty happy with the $500 million deal. The point is, though, never let anyone tell you that this guy didn't sign a team-friendly contract. It was team-friendly at the time, and as deals continue to come down the pipe, it's going to continue to be that way. Grade Mahomes' contract. I mean, it's got to be an A++++, no? I mean, I don't see how anybody could give it less than an A. It's an unbelievable contract for Kansas City, and it's going to allow them to be flexible for years to come as they continue to chase championships. And again, it's possible that by the end of this offseason, he's the 10th highest paid quarterback in average annual value. It's possible Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert, who are all eligible for extensions, top $45 million per year. In fact, I would say it's likely. I mean, Patrick Mahomes could enter 2023 after winning Super Bowl MVP and regular season MVP as the 10th highest paid QB. This deal is only going to get better and better. And look, maybe the Chiefs do him a solid down the line on this contract and give him some pay bumps in there because he certainly would be deserving. And look, he's never going to struggle or anything like that. Like, we're not talking, in the grand scheme of things, like, he's set up his family for generations to come. but it's a pretty incredible deal for the Chiefs. Never get that twisted in your heads. All right, one more story here. Jawaan Taylor, where is the Chiefs' newest offensive tackle going to play? I mean, the assumption has kind of been that he will play left tackle. Andy Reid talked about the topic today as the Chiefs' offseason program began today, April 17th. He did not rule out him staying at right tackle, which is where he played in Jacksonville. Here's what Big Red had to say. He said, even though he was on the right side, I think he can transfer to the left. He's a really good athlete, and I think he's excited about that. That doesn't mean he can't play on the right side. If he had another left tackle, he could play on the right side. So he gives you flexibility. He could probably jump in at guard. He's smart. He could probably play center if he had to. He's a really talented kid. I think on paper right now, Jawaan Taylor's clearly your left tackle, and Lucas Niang would be your right. But I think Andy Reid is just kind of offering just an inch of flexibility because there's some pretty intriguing left tackles early on in this draft. If Kansas City were to go out and draft a left tackle, who they could flip to right to play right tackle, but maybe a guy like Paris Johnson Jr. or Broderick Jones dips a little bit and they trade up and go get one of those guys. They keep that player left tackle and put Jawaan Taylor at right. Now, Jawaan Taylor would be the highest paid right tackle in football at $20 million per year, 4 years, $80 million, but who cares? Get the best 5 out there, right? And if drafting a guy in the first round to keep him at left tackle makes more sense, I certainly think that could be the case for Kansas City. Now, where do you guys think Jawaan Taylor will play? I think as of right now, it's about a 97% chance it'll be left tackle, but again, there are a couple guys in this draft that I think could create an exception to that 97%. LT for left tackle, RT for right tackle. Let me know where you guys think the Chiefs' big free agent acquisition will play on this offensive line. All right, guys, appreciate all the support again with my wife and I as we welcome our son PJ to the world. Easy way to support us and support Chat Sports. Subscribe to the channel. It's 100% free. We don't charge a dime. A lot of channels do charge. We do not do that. So if you want to support, you can do that. More videos to come, especially with the NFL draft just around the corner.